Hi there, Perfecto de Castro here and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, we will talk about why E sharp is equal to F and also why E sharp is not equal to F. If you like stuff like this, as well as guitar videos, lessons, gear demos, and music vlogs, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. I come out with 2 new videos every week. And of course, you are more than welcome to poke around this channel and check out my other videos. I have a series of videos on music theory aimed for guitar players. Click on the card above to go check out that playlist. Now, in part 2 of that series where I talked about key signatures, there has been a recurring question that has been posted in the comment section of that video. Namely, my use of E sharp, B sharp, F flat, and C flat when I wrote out all the notes in the sharp and flat keys. Now, these notes have confused a whole bunch of people up to the point where I have been accused of making things up. But I assure you, I am not, and all of this is legit. Now, E sharp is equivalent to F when we think of them as enharmonic. An enharmonic basically means that one note can have several different names, the same way that the black keys on a piano can either be a sharp or a flat. Now, following that idea, C sharp and D flat are the same note, D sharp and E flat are the same note, so are F sharp and G flat, G sharp and A flat, as well as A sharp and B flat. Now, enharmonics are not limited to just the black keys. They can also be applied to pretty much every single note in the chromatic scale. Hence, E sharp is equivalent to F, B sharp is equivalent to C, C flat is equivalent to B, F flat is equivalent to E. And for those of you studying classical music, you've probably encountered double sharps and double flats already. So by the same token, C is equivalent to a D double flat, an F double sharp is equivalent to G, and a C double flat is equivalent to B flat. Now, that explanation should have wrapped everything up nice and tidy. However, as I was gathering all my resources for this video, I also realized that E sharp is not equivalent to F. And here's why. Now, when I first learned and understood what enharmonics were, the person I learned it from also told me that the sound of the note changes depending on whether it is used as a sharp or a flat. And back then, I didn't really fully understand it because how can the sound of a note change when it is the same note? And it wasn't until much later when I learned about intervals and their functions that I finally understood what he meant exactly. So let's take a major scale. Let's say C major. We have 7 different notes: C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Now, if we assign them interval names, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, in this series, E is the 3rd and F is the 4th. And this is the main reason why E sharp is not equivalent to F, because E sharp is considered as a 3rd and F is considered as a 4th. Now, let's take another major scale. Let's say C sharp major. So for C sharp major, all the notes are sharped. So we have C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and B sharp. Now, if we were to spell the notes of C sharp major with just enharmonics and with no regard to interval names, we would have the following notes: C sharp, D sharp, F, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, C, and C sharp. And if we assign interval names to that, we would have 1, 2, diminished 4th, perfect 4th, 5th, 6th, diminished octave, and finally the octave. So basically what we did there was we skipped intervals and scrapped the major 3rd and the major 7th intervals entirely from that scale. And from a theory standpoint, that is not encouraged. In fact, sometimes it's not even acceptable. So now we are not just thinking about the note itself, but also the interval function and the context that it is being used in. And it is in this context that the sound of the note changes. Now, if we think of E sharp as a major third, it takes on a bright and happy sound within the context of C sharp major. Now, if we take that same note and treat it as F, it can take on a dark, sad, melancholy sound when used in the context of D minor, where F is now the minor third of the key. Now let's take that same note and think of it as E sharp, and this time we're going to use it as a sharp 4. Now sharp 4 is the characteristic of the Lydian mode. So our tonal center will be B. B Lydian will be spelled as B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. Now in B Lydian, E sharp will take on an ascending suspended quality, which is a trademark of the Lydian sound. Okay, now let's take that same note and think of it as F. If we keep the same tonal center, which is B, then F becomes a flat 5 or a diminished 5. Now when treated as a flat 5 in the key of B, that same note now takes on a much darker, brooding, almost evil quality that is a hallmark of a lot of metal riffs. Now, accounting for the interval function of the notes is not only important in scales, but to chord building as well. Let's take the same note, E sharp or F, and apply it to dominant chords in the key of A. Now, E sharp is the sharp 5 in the key of A, and if we use it within the context of a dominant chord, let's say an A dominant 13, we will get an A13 sharp 5. And that is spelled as follows. We have the A, which is the root. The third is a C sharp. The sharp 5 is an E sharp. The 9th is a B. And the 13th is an F sharp. Now the use of E sharp in this particular chord gives it an altered feel. Now on the other side of the coin, if we take the same note, treat it like an F, which is the flat 6 or the flat 13 in the key of A, and add it to a dominant chord, we will get something like an A dominant 9th with a flat 13th. And that is spelled as follows. We have the root, which is an A, the third is a C sharp, the 5th is an E, the 9th is a B, and the flat 13 is an F. Now at first glance, these chords may look similar, especially if you disregard the interval functions and look at them purely as notes or shapes. However, once we start taking into account the interval functions and the context that they are being used in, you will discover that a sharp 5 will want to resolve upwards, as opposed to a flat 6 that wants to resolve downwards. So once again, the same note takes on different roles once a specific interval function is applied to it. So to sum it all up, E sharp is equivalent to F when you want to identify the note via its enharmonic names. And E sharp is not equivalent to F when you start using it in musical contexts. Another way of looking at it is that E sharp is equivalent to F from a practical perspective when you just want to know what the note is. And E sharp is not equivalent to F from a theoretical perspective because they are distinguished by their interval functions. Okay, there you have it. I hope this video has cleared some things up for you, or chances are it may have muddied the waters even further. But in any case, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Let's have a healthy discussion. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up like. If you know anybody else who would benefit from watching this video, feel free to share it with them. And again, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Now, if you want a reminder of this video's topic and support this channel at the same time, please check out my YouTube merch shelf right below this video and buy yourself your own E sharp is equal to F Enharmonic t-shirt. And when you get your shirt, please send me a photo so I can feature it in my upcoming videos. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. In the meantime, you know the drill. Practice makes perfecto. Cheers.